This news alert brought to you by Casarina All Sports Club. All your entertainment under one roof.
A father's fury. This monster killed John's daughter. Now John is demanding answers.
It's a devastating impact on a family.
A current affair next.
Good evening. A father accused of driving drunk and causing a crash which killed his 5-year-old son will fight his charge due to a medical illness. 9's Zarisha Bradley has the details from the Northern Territory Supreme Court.
As 28-year-old Jai Mulhall awaits a trial set for October, his lawyer told the court for the first time he's fighting his charge because of a medically diagnosed illness. Mr Mulhall is accused of getting behind the wheel in August last year and causing a crash that killed his 5-year-old son Dimitri Mulhall. Today, Crown Prosecutor Matthew Nathan said the case against him is a very simple one, telling the court he will be relying on Mr Mulhall's considerable level of intoxication of more than 0.15 and that Dimitri wasn't restrained in the vehicle. Mr Mulhall's lawyer, Thelma Gray, said she will be arguing he was affected by a condition due to a medically diagnosed illness and pushed for the jury to visit the crash site. But the Crown argued it's a straight bitumen road and in terms of skid marks, given the time that's passed, it's impossible for the jury to gain any sense of perspective. Mr Mulhall's lawyer now has 6 weeks to prepare a defence report. The Crown will have until October 12 to respond to the evidence and his trial is currently set for October 26.
The Chief Minister insists he did not know Colleen Gwynn was being investigated by police at the time she was reappointed to the role of Children's Commissioner. That's despite earlier this morning Michael Gunner said on radio he had heard rumours of an investigation but didn't look into it.
We had a recommendation from an independent panel that Colleen Gwynn was the best applicant and we accepted that recommendation.
But at the time, did you know that she was going to be investigated for an alleged abuse of office?
No.
Ms Gwynn has pledged to vigorously defend the charge in court. Residents in the Red Centre are calling on Uluru Katajuta National Park to close if flights resume to its airport next month. The move proving the health versus economic debate is far from over. With the borders open once again, it's hoped interstate tourists will cash in on what's left of the dry season, and the CLP wants to help local operators snap up as much business as they can.
Our tourism industry represents billions of dollars into our economy, and they are doing it tougher than probably any other sector in our community.
Today announcing its policy if elected next month, that includes setting aside $5 million to offer Kickstarter grants of up to $20,000 for businesses.
This is designed to support those businesses to reopen their doors, engage in much needed marketing or infrastructure upgrades that they might need to ensure they're ready to attract as many tourists as possible.
Building the National Indigenous Art Gallery at Desert Park will be a top priority, as well as making tourism a standalone portfolio. But while it's hoped the policy will open up the NT to the rest of the world, there's been calls from residents to close one of the NT's most visited destinations.
While we understand the economy needs a boost, the health of people should come first.
The Canellan Airport will reopen on August 1st, but members of the Mutijulu community have called on government to suspend flights, and if that's not possible, close Uluru Katajuta National Park.
The people in the community here have many more underlying health conditions, and so they're much more vulnerable.
For us, we're supportive of the idea of the airport not opening, but that's a decision for the Australian government and the private operator.
A statement from Parks Australia says it's monitoring the COVID-19 situation closely. Thank you for joining us. To stay up to date, follow 9 News Darwin on Facebook.